was one of the first of 5 social workers that went on the Reinvigorating Social Work programme. And if I'm honest, I think initially I was quite hesitant about it. I felt that making changes in the current climate was probably unachievable, and that we probably couldn't practice in any other way than we were already practicing. However, I did learn that reinvigorating social work is about a reformed way of thinking that contributes to the small changes as much as it waits for the large, more system changes to be made. It's given me predominantly the space and time I've needed to think about new ways of practice and new ways of thinking in order to improve the outcomes of the children and families that I'm working with. This in turn has enabled me to think on a deeper level about not only how we can create positive change for children and families, but sustain change in order to stop that cycle of re-referral that we often see for the young children that we're working with. I'm sure as you will know, when you're in frontline social work, you can get into that kind of day-to-day chaotic survival sort of way of thinking, and the programme really just allowed me to take a step back, get off the treadmill and reflect about the decisions I was making and how I was working with the families. Slowing down was one of the key things I took away from the programme, and how actually slowing down, reflecting and thinking about new ideas is not easy. Well, it's virtually impossible if you're not given the time to do that. Some of the feedback from families in terms of what for them creates meaningful change and what helps them create sustained change can be as simple as turning up to a visit on time, making sure that you've got a clear plan in your head about what you're wanting to do when you visit. I don't know how many times I've turned up at a door to undertake a statutory visit and not had a plan in my head at all about what I'm due to do there that day, and I'm simply visiting because it's a statutory requirement to do so. So in terms of actually not turning up unless you have a plan in your head and some sort of important work to do with that family. Quite a simple example of one family that I worked with who had a long history of social work involvement. They were very resistant to social work involvement, and the children wouldn't open up and generally wouldn't speak openly to any professionals. I decided to try and take a different approach, and it wasn't anything huge. It was as simple as I spent a whole visit with them rather than undertaking what I might normally do in terms of an assessment, but I spent a whole session with them talking about what my concerns were and explaining it in a way that I was sure they understood. Common goals, trying to find a common goal with them about where they wanted to be, where the child wanted to go, and how I, as their social worker, may well be able to support them to do that. Being honest with them and saying that actually if I'm concerned along the way as much as humanly possible and as much as it's safe for me to do so, I'll always tell you, and we can discuss maybe how you can reduce those concerns. That initial session with the family enabled me to build a positive working relationship with them, which in turn encouraged the parents to have open discussions with their children and encourage them to open up and talk to me throughout the time that I was working with them. And that was about sort of their historic experiences of their parents, but also their current experiences. If I'm honest, I think if they hadn't have responded in the way they had, or I hadn't approached that in the way I had, I'm not sure that we would have been able to safely risk manage those children remaining at home. However, given the kind of open relationship we were able to establish, and the access that we were able, and relationships we were able to make with the children, we were able to risk manage it in a safe way and ensure that the parents were supported in order to go on to their long journey of kind of changing a lot of those inbuilt behaviours that were causing some of the difficulties for them. And the children remain at home today, and the parents continue to work with the necessary agencies and children's services to obtain what they didn't think but was a common goal between children's services and the family.